a hell of a gym in Rich Fit, LA. Wow. Now I've learned through many years that you probably should warm up before you horse huge weights. Now typically I always am a believer in warming up with the exercise that you're focusing on. So for instance, I'm gonna bench. So for the most part, I'm gonna put most emphasis on the bench, right? Warming up. It's like, yeah, I can shoot for the 180s with the dumbbells, of course, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna start with 180s, right? Doesn't mean I'm gonna start with 120s. I'm gonna start with 40s, right? No matter how strong you are, say you're a 500-pound bencher, right? On the barbell, you still start with an empty barbell. Why would you do that? Well, you're very specifically warming up those exact muscles you're gonna be using. So you'd be a fool not to warm up like so. But what's the most freaking, vulnerable, susceptible area of the body, especially when lifting heavy? I'm gonna argue that's the shoulders. So I've kind of learned throughout my years that, I think I learned it from I want to say it was like a Romanian Olympic weightlifting coach, some Eastern Bloc. But basically he had this super specific routine where it was like 20 circles opposite direction, right? 10, like all the way up, all the way down, then it was 10, all the way up, down to the front. Okay, so you're just basically getting the shoulder warmed up in absolutely every single aspect possible, right? Cuban rotation, get the rotator cuff warmed up. Reverse fly. Now, of course, I'm kind of doing a speed run here. I'm not trying to gas myself with a dumbbell warm up, but in his perfect world, it's a zillion freaking reps. Swimming. But you do this, like, not only are you gonna have consistently healthy shoulders, but even if you have some minor tweaks and so, like, you're probably gonna freaking bulletproof those suckers. Rehab yourself back to perfect shoulders. Stir the pot, right? I can't wait to unveil this voluptuous pump to you guys. Oh my God. Oh. And we're talking about 5-pound dumbbells. Yeah, you do these suckers here, Y's, T's, right? Lateral raise, Y. Oh. You don't need much. I mean, you could do this with soup cans and get a pump. But this is about just getting your freaking shoulder girdle 100% ready to horse some giant weights. Oh. Whew. I'm cooking. All right, now I could bump up, I could go a little bit heavier, but I don't need to do all that specific stuff. So just for fun, I like to keep it going a little bit heavier with the laterals as I fatigue into the laterals. All right, I go into a reverse fly. Just get those traps, those rear delts really popping, specifically before benching. A lot of times people are so focused on pecs and tries with benching that they're not thinking about their backside, but their freaking backside's really locking in and stabilizing that benching. So I think a strong back is a big bench. All right, and then something I've seen from like West Side was they would do a particular movement where it's like a shrug and a dumbbell clean, almost like a Cuban rotation, and they all swear that it's like what builds like a humongous bench. So I'm like, these guys are the pros, right? These guys dedicate their life to a big bench. If they're saying that this is the way to do it, I guess I'll take their word for it, right? I'll just do one more set and then I'm gonna get into the, something that a lot of people don't do before they bench is warm their biceps up. If I'm benching huge weight, specifically with a barbell, and you have a wider grip, your biceps are going crazy trying to stabilize that sucker. So everyone's thinking bench is chest and tries, but your buys have got to be freaking locked in. So I like to do shoulders. I like to do a little quick bi and try pump before going heavy, but nothing that's going to tax you before the actual, important movements. Because again, those are the ones that are going to be building the strength, really building the mass. This stuff's just to get you primed up. Now here's the thing, dude. Psychopharma, I'll give you a funny story here.